Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a good old-fashioned Q&A. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've just sat down and answered questions and just chatted with you guys, so that's what we're gonna do today. I did ask you guys on Instagram to leave me any questions that you guys had, and actually I kind of just like browsed through them, but a lot of them are a little bit more different or just like ones that I haven't answered in a while, if ever, so that's always great, keeping the content a little bit more fresh and exciting and new. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into the questions. First question, what's the first thing you're going to do post-quarantine? Which I think is a fun question. I feel like this quarantine hasn't been that different than my normal life. I mean, obviously I'm not going to like class or work or anything like that, but I was kind of a homebody anyways. Like I wasn't someone that went out and like partied all the time. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is go see my friend because we just recently reconnected and we were like starting to get like super close, and then now we can't see each other even though we FaceTime almost every day, but I just want to go hang out with her in real life. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of what I'm looking forward to the most because I can still go outside and like do bike rides downtown, which I love. I think going back to like a restaurant would be fun because I feel like I haven't done that obviously in almost 2 months. Going to the grocery store and not being concerned that everything I touch has the virus on it. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be really hard for me to go back to like normal life after this, and if anything it's just made me realize how important people are, especially the ones in my life. So I'm just excited to be able to see my friends, obviously to travel. I want to go visit my friend that lives in Utah, which we're hoping to do in July if everything clears up. But yeah, just travel and hang out with my people. Favorite Taylor Swift album? I don't know if I can just pick one. I love her Red album. I also love her Speak Now album. Those are probably my top two. How's the job search going? It's not. So since I graduate in August and then I'm planning to leave again in August to go teach abroad, there's not really anyone that wants to hire me. I've looked at like summer nanny jobs, but people keep asking like, oh, I see you're graduating in August, like are you getting a real job, are you sticking around? And so they are looking for like that long-term care for the next school year. So the interviews that I've had, conversations I've had, they haven't been interested. And then with like other jobs, a lot of applications have been asking me if I plan to stay with them for 6 months or more, which obviously that's a no. So they're like not even really looking at my application because of that. So I think it's gonna be really difficult to get a job, and thankfully my bank account has been, you know, I've been building that up since I was like 10, so I'll be fine if I don't find a job, but I would love to have one just to add a little bit of extra cushion. What do you want to do in the future? I'm assuming this means job wise. I really don't even know. I could see myself going down so many different paths. I would love to do like marketing or something in the hospitality industry, like travel agent, yeah, planning trips for like corporate companies. I think that's kind of my biggest interest. I could see myself going back to school to get a master's and become a teacher. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I only have my next like year and a half planned out, and after that I have no idea. Advice for wanting to live overseas after college but struggling with the anxiety of it. Yes, this is definitely a tricky thing. I have only lived abroad for about 3 months, and I think it was easier because I knew that I was going to be coming back. You know, it was only temporary, but I would love to move abroad, you know, for good after I graduate and I'm done teaching abroad. I think the best way I would say is like to travel, to become comfortable with traveling, to go live abroad for 3 months, see what you think, to have some exposure to that before you just do it. But also I feel like you just bite the bullet, just go. You know, whether your commitment is like a year or two, give yourself that time. Like I'm sure you're gonna have a positive experience, meet a lot of cool people, do things that a lot of people I feel like in the US aren't necessarily doing anymore, if you're from the US that is. But yeah, I mean, I would say if you want to do it, because now's the time. I feel like our 20s is like the best time to just try everything we might want to try and just see what works and what doesn't work. How have you been coping with staying inside? For the most part, I have been pretty good. Like I said, I feel like this isn't that different than how I was living in college. Past couple of days have been hard. My mom and I have been butting heads. But I think for me, like, I know when I get irritated, when I get frustrated, and so I think I just need to remove myself, and I do. I come into my room, I will watch a show, I will read, I will listen to music, I'll just do something without them. But that, I think, has been the biggest adjustment, and just knowing that, like, I'm stuck here for the next couple of months is also a little bit difficult. But still, you know, I'm going outside, I'm going on bike rides, I'm going to my backyard. I'm still trying to do normal stuff, I guess, but yeah, it hasn't, I feel like it's just kind of, it's an up and down of emotions and feelings, and some days are good and some days suck, and I think that's just kind of the reality of it. So trying to make this a positive experience, but it definitely is hard at times. How do you feel about the American education system? I really have only been in it for about 3 years in college, and that has been more than enough time for me. My dad's a high school teacher, so he's been in that, he's seen it. That's why me and my siblings were homeschooled. How many kids do you want one day? I don't know. I think definitely 2. I could see myself with 2, 3, or 4, but I feel like probably 3. I have such a low pain tolerance, so I feel like I'll have to see how like one pregnancy goes and then kind of go from there. But hopefully it's like 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know, we'll see. What is your nationality from your ancestors? I'm pretty sure that I am mostly Swiss. My dad's side is Swiss, my mom's side is Swiss and German, I think, or maybe just German, I can't remember, but I think it's those 2. What are your favorite hobbies? I feel like traveling is my biggest hobby. That is something that I love and do every chance I get. I think YouTube is a hobby. I love to read. I think that's a hobby. Did you join a sorority? Why or why not? I did not. First thing, I technically went to a community college for 2 years, and this is my first year at the actual university at UC. So they have 2 community colleges, so I went to one and then transferred. And I was like, I'm only here for a year, like I'm not gonna really try and join anything. But also I'm not a huge fan of sororities. I don't fit in with that crowd at all. So that it was never something that appealed to me. What classes are you looking forward to in your final semester? I keep forgetting what classes that I'm taking. I know I'm taking a personal finance class, which I'm actually pretty excited about. Taking world religions, also excited about. I guess most of my classes. I'm taking a retail marketing class that I think will be interesting. I'm taking a popular or pop culture music class, I think, that I think will be fun. And then my other 2 comm classes I'm not super excited about. What's your mom studying in college? She is getting her master's in nursing. Has anyone ever belittled you or made you feel dumb because of your major? Yes. Honestly, I think the biggest person though is my dad. He always makes fun of me for being a comm major, which I get, like I understand it. Even though it's an easier major, I mean, I feel like I've learned so much, and with marketing tacked on, like I feel like I really have learned so much and I've been exposed to so much. So I know he's more so like the investment that I'm putting into it, and you know, college is not cheap, so wanting to get a degree that is actually useful, but I think mine is extremely useful. But yeah, I feel like my dad is really the only person. Maybe my brother a little bit, but he just doesn't like college in general, and then people on the internet, but like that's it. Tips on backpacking Europe on a budget, traveling alone, staying safe as a female. Okay, so for backpacking on a budget, I actually went on a 2-week trip last summer, and I think I spent about $1,400, but we were already in Europe. So I think, obviously if you're not from Europe, the flight to Europe costs a lot, but we stayed in hostels. We only ate from grocery stores or like McDonald's every once and again because we missed American food so much. So I think just being conscious of where you're spending your money, you know, not staying at a nice hotel, not eating out all the time, using public transportation, walking, just trying to bring your costs down in whatever way possible. I think that's the best way. Traveling alone, I've never done. Staying safe as a female, I traveled with all girls over there, and we definitely got catcalled a lot. Guys would come up to us, say weird stuff. You know, I think you kind of take that risk. I think what is awesome with staying at hostels especially is that there are other solo travelers, so you can meet people, you can talk to people, you can hang out with them. Do you have a boyfriend? No. If I have one, I'm sure you guys will know about him. I don't expect one for at least 1.5 years or 2 though, just because I'm going to be teaching abroad, so I'm not going to be like settled down or anything. Next question, who are your other favorite YouTubers to watch? This is a fun one. I don't know if I've ever shared this actually, but the people that I watch, like literally almost every video, is Michelle Reed. I love her. Aspen Ovard, Danielle Carolyn, oh, and Lauren Beeston. She is an Instagram mom who lives in Hawaii and has the cutest baby, and she just started a YouTube channel, so I've been watching hers too. This is kind of a fun one. What are your recent Amazon purchases? I feel like I really don't buy stuff from Amazon that often unless it's like a random little thing and you're like, I need that, and then I'll get it. Okay, I'm trying to think. Yesterday I bought a phone case because mine is kind of like falling apart. I also bought like the thing that you put on the air conditioning slide in the car and then your phone kind of hooks up to it. Bought one of those because ours broke. What else? I brought blue light glasses, but I'm returning those because they did not work. And then I bought the sweatshirts, I guess. Favorite Netflix series? I don't even know. I feel like I've watched so many shows. My family and I just finished watching Ozark, which I really enjoyed. My friend and I are watching All American, which is pretty good. The Office, of course, always a go-to. I like the crime ones. I think Broadchurch, Marcella. I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place, and if someone's like, oh, you should watch this, then I'll watch it. But I've been watching a lot of Survivor lately, which is on CBS. So I haven't really been watching as much Netflix. What is your favorite book? Okay, actually my all-time favorite, it's actually a trilogy. It's the Ruby Red trilogy. I don't remember who the author is, but if you look it up, it should come up. But there's 3 books, and they're literally the best books ever. I haven't read them in a couple years, but those are probably my all-time favorite books. What are you doing these days? Great question. I don't even know where my day goes. Like I said, I read, color, watch shows, go outside, work out, film videos. I don't even know. I mean, homework, I guess. But yeah, my mom and I were just talking about, I was like, we've been in quarantine for, I think it's been over 6 weeks now, and it's gone fast. Like, it's gone by really fast. So I guess that's good. But yeah, I don't even know. My mom's like, what did you do today? I don't know. Those are all of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so fun just to sit down and chat for a little while. If you guys have any other questions, video requests, please let me know. I'm always reading every single comment, every DM that I get, every comment that I get on Instagram. I think it's just super fun, especially as a way to stay connected during this time. So be sure to subscribe and follow me if you do not already. And yes, thank you guys for watching again, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!